Alright, so let's talk about how some of our Super Eagles players performed over the weekend. Before we start though, please make sure to like this video and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you very much. And we're going to start in France with Super Eagles winger Moses Simon. His club Nantes took on Lens in the French Ligue 1 matchup, but the game ended 3-2 in favor of Lens. Through no fault of Moses Simon, I must say. He had a really fantastic game, scored and assisted in the game. In the 36th minute, he finds the back of the net from the penalty spot. Then in the 71st minute, a fine pass to his teammate gets into the back of the net. And 2-1 was the score. It looked like they were in pole position to win the game. Moses Simon was taken out the game at the 80-minute mark. And to be honest, defensively, they crumbled. They fell apart. You look at the goals they conceded, just horrible goals. The good thing about it was one of the goals that they conceded was scored by a Nigerian, actually a former Golden Eaglet under 17 player in 2019, went to the World Cup. Hamzat Ojediran got the goal at the 86-minute mark. He came into the game in the 69th minute. 5th appearance of the season for the club. He moved from Hungary, and a good performance he had another shot that was blocked. A number of passes, 15 out of 18 passes for 83%. Pretty good performance. 3 out of 3 tackles. Hamzat Ojediran, a midfielder, one to look out for right there. So definitely a cool thing that it was a Nigerian that put him to the sword. But back to what I was saying. Nantes is terrible defending. I mean, it was preschool stuff. They got to fix that up if they want to at least get out of the bottom half right there, because that was just horrendous. You have a player like Moses Simon doing his thing week in, week out. But to have a defense like that, I mean, it's just almost useless at the end of the day. We move on to Spain. And we had a start for senior man. Kelechi Iheanacho started for Sevilla. He played 73 minutes against Leganés. Not the best of performances from Sevilla. They play a dry style of football. I mean, whoever is a Sevilla fan is probably rolling in their grave, because this is just ridiculous what they look like on the pitch. I mean, yes, they're missing Chidera Ejuke, but it shouldn't be this bad. They can't create anything. Not trying to exempt Kelechi Iheanacho, you're part of the team, but I mean, this is just horrible what I'm seeing, what I saw on the day. He did have a pretty good performance, 30 touches of the ball, 18 passes completed out of the 25 for 72%. One key pass, that's a chance created. Had a shot that was blocked. 4 tackles out of 4 attempted. That's the real cool part right there. He was putting in a shift, not just attacking wise. You talking about off the ball defensively. He was doing some good work. And 1 out of 2 aerials that he contested was won by Kelechi Iheanacho. So still waiting on that first La Liga goal. He does have the 2 goals scored in the Copa del Rey matchup. So moving on, and we go to the EPL. Alex Iwobi, Super Eagles midfielder / forward / rapper, all that good stuff. Played 89 minutes for Fulham against Crystal Palace. The game ended 2-0 in favor of Fulham. Alex Iwobi played a big part in it. Actually got a yellow card in the game in the 63rd minute of it. Then the 83rd minute of the game had an assist, a great assist to his man. Just cut through the defense like hot knife on butter, and got it to his teammate, who got it past the goalkeeper. It was a top class assist. One of the 4 key passes he had on the day. And also on the pitch with Alex Iwobi, of course, his Super Eagles teammate Calvin Bassey, the central defender. He played 90 minutes in the game against Crystal Palace. Had a good performance, 73 touches, 55 passes completed out of 65. 4 out of the 5 aerials that he went up for, he won. 1 out of 1 tackle and 3 clearances. So tough performance from Calvin Bassey. And of course, his biggest stat of the night is the clean sheet that the team had at the end of the day. Now another EPL matchup with Super Eagles teammates Ola Aina and Taiwa Woni with Nottingham Forest took on Newcastle. Of course, Ola Aina at the right back position played 90 minutes for Nottingham Forest. Pretty good performance, but at the end of the day, they lost the game by 3-1. Also, Taiwa Woni came off the bench in the game, 88th minute of it. Not too much time left to do anything. Moving on, and we go to Germany, the Bundesliga, and we're going to talk about Frank the Tank Okoye. He took on another Super Eagles teammate of his in this matchup right here. It was Augsburg. Of course, Frank the Tank plays for Augsburg against Hoffenheim. The game ended 0-0. It was all even after 90 minutes. Great performance from Frank Onyeka and his Super Eagles teammate, in my opinion. Frank Onyeka had 65 touches of the ball, completed 42 out of the 45 passes he attempted for 93%. One key pass, one shot which was blocked, 2 out of 3 tackles completed, 1 clearance, and 2 interceptions. Then you go to the Super Eagles teammate I've been talking about, central defender central defender Kevin Akpoguma. He played 90 minutes for Hoffenheim against Augsburg. He was actually the man of the match according to who scored. He had 95 touches of the ball, 66 passes completed out of 72 for 92%, 1 aerial out of the 4 he attempted, 4 tackles out of the 5 he attempted, 7 clearances, and 3 interceptions. I believe that was where the man of the match was won right there. But I've seen a couple of comments asking why Kevin Akpoguma is not playing with the Super Eagles, and I'm just gonna be frank. I don't think his performances when he played for the Super Eagles were good enough. I mean, that's just it. I don't think they were good enough. I think when you watch those matches, I believe it was the friendly games we played against Algeria and Tunisia, you go back and check those out. He was not good enough. He was not winning common ground duels, just easy 60-40 situations. He was not winning, could not hold on to the ball. It might have been just a mental thing because I've watched him at his club side. He's a good player, a starting player, a player with much experience in the Bundesliga. Sometimes these things happen, and if I could advise Kevin Akpoguma, what I'd say is just go check out what Bright Osai Samuel did when he came into the Super Eagles. Go watch his games. The game against Portugal, go watch that. That's how you come into the Super Eagles and leave no doubts. I believe there were a lot of doubts left on the table, and that's why a player with the pedigree of Kevin Akpoguma, because you look at the Bundesliga, he's playing every week. He's a shoe-in in the starting lineup. However you want to put it, back three, right midfield, whatever position they want to put him, he's a starting player. I mean, not every match, but especially lately, he's been starting. So I feel like his performances when he has played for the Super Eagles have left a lot to be desired, and that's just me keeping it real. I feel like he's a good player. Been watching him since he played against Nigeria at the Under-20 World Cup. I believe was it 2015. He's a good player, nothing against him. I believe if he just gets his mind right and comes into the national team with a different mindset, not attitude, but a different mindset, I think he will be a good player for the Super Eagles because he has everything else. It's not like he's lacking in size or anything. It's just I feel his approach has been wrong when he has gotten those opportunities. Then we moved to Italy, and this time we didn't have Ademola Lookman goal. That's crazy right there. Normally it's crazy when a player scores, but right now with this guy, when he doesn't score, you might have to touch him on his forehead. Hey, let me check your temperature real quick. Are you okay? Because you normally give us a goal or two every game. Ademola Lookman played 90 minutes for Atalanta against his Super Eagles teammate Marika Okoye. The game ended 2-1 in favor of Atalanta. Like I said, Lookman did not get a goal in this game. That's the news. That's the report right there. He did not score in this game, although he had a good game. Had a couple of opportunities, 3 shots, 1 was off target, 2 were blocked. Did his work off the ball, 4 tackles completed out of the 4 he attempted. Then a yellow card in the 91st minute of the game, just to show that he's with the stuff. Good one from him. Madikal Okoye, those 2 goals, I don't blame him for either one of them. Kind of mix up defense, whatever you want to blame. Not Madikal Okoye, he had a good game in my opinion. 46 touches of the ball, 26 passes completed out of the 39 he attempted. 1 area out of 1 that he went for, 2 claims and 2 saves in the game. I believe he had a good game, and it just didn't fall right for him in this one. And they lost 2 goals to 1. Still one of the best goalkeepers in the league in my opinion. And when it comes to Madikal Okoye, I'll be talking about that in the breakdown video, but basically it's almost the same type of situation as Kevin Akpoguma. Probably a little worse because he had those high profile mistakes. Okoye is a top class goalkeeper, and when he does things like he does in the Serie A, I'm definitely not surprised because I know he's a top class goalkeeper, especially in Europe. Then we move to Turkey, and last but not least, we talk about Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen has been on fire, and none of that stopped yesterday when Galatasaray, his club, took on Samsunspor. They won the game by 3 goals to 2. Victor Osimhen had 2 goals in the match, scored in the 3rd minute of the game and the 55th minute of the game. The first goal came from a header right around the penalty spot. Ball put into the box from the right wing. Beautiful cross. Victor Osimhen rises, gets his head on it, and puts the ball past the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. Wonderful finish. And speaking of wonderful, he dedicated his goal to his teammate who recently got injured. Mauro Icardi picked up an injury in their last match against Tottenham. I believe I talked about it. It was after Victor Osimhen had got substituted. He got stretchered off. But later in the week, they find out that it's a real serious injury, an ACL tear. And that's basically one of the worst injuries in sports. You're out for a whole calendar year when you pick up an injury like that. And after Victor Osimhen's goal, he dedicated it to Mauro Icardi, showed his jersey, put it in the air like when Messi scored against Real Madrid. And he also did the celebration, the hands behind the ears. Definitely a good look right there from Victor Osimhen. And then came his second goal of the game. It came after an equalizing goal by their opponents. They had been given a penalty, which they scored. And then you get this situation, a goalkeeper mistake. There was a cross, the goalkeeper didn't handle it, and Victor Osimhen was right there to pounce. He heads the ball into the net, and that made the score 2 goals to 1 right there. It kind of looked like the game was still undecided when Victor Osimhen was taken out, but it seems like that's the situation he's in right now with the club. It's like that's what was thought about with him and the coaching staff and the medical team, because they're religiously taking him out no matter what's going on in the game. This is back-to-back games that is not yet decided. Not saying that you're losing or you're drawing the game. Yes, you're ahead, but there's a chance that this team could equalize like Tottenham, who were down by a goal, and right now Samsunspor, who were also down 2 goals to 1. But at the end of the day, Galatasaray handled business. They win the match by 3 goals to 2. I feel like the players are getting more comfortable with Victor Osimhen. You can see that the team as a whole is playing to its strengths. There was a point in the game, I believe around 70-some minutes, and the commentator is like, Galatasaray averaged 22 crosses per game. But right now, they have 24, 23 crosses. And even when you look at the shots taken by Victor Osimhen, 9 in the game, 3 were on target and 6 were off target. So that lets you know they're trying to get him involved as much as possible. But that being said, let me know your thoughts on these Super Eagles performances. Put them in the comment section. And who do you think had the best performance of the weekend? Also put that in the comment section. But please don't forget to like this video and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. Peace.